What's good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one I want to break down what's going on with Tesla, SPY, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. Talk about what's going on with the market so far, and to break down some very important things to be looking at. And I'm also going to talk about the PCE report that just came out and why it's favoring the bulls so far. But before I break anything down, all this information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. I am firstly not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, it benefits the entire community as a whole. Anyways, let's break down what's happening to the market so far. SPY is up 0.7% so far, pumping after PCE came out, aligning with expectations. Tesla's up 1.5%, once again forming a very, very nice bullish structure. Still looking bullish as the market is favoring more upside, in my honest opinion. Now, looking at some news affecting the markets first and what's happening with PCE, I just want to remind everyone the numbers are looking quite good so far. So, core PCE, okay, month over month, it was up 0.1%. That's better than expected. Personal spending was up 0.4%. That's very close to what we were expecting too. PCE month over month was up 0.4%. That's aligning with expectations. PCE year over year aligned with expectations at 3.5%. And last but not least, core PCE was 3.9%. Technically, it's on the higher end of what we expected, but it still is aligning with the consensus. So it's as expected. And that's lower than what the previous report was. So everything in the PCE end was either as expected or below expectations, which is bullish for the stock market. So far, so good. Now, later on during the day, we have the Chicago PMI coming out, not to mention the Michigan Consumer Sentiment Reports and the 5-year inflationary expectations. So there could be more volatility during the first 15 and 30 minutes of the trading session, but these are not as important or as big as PCE, and the current momentum of the markets is still favoring the bulls, in my honest opinion. Now, when it comes to news affecting the markets, remember today is going to be the last day of September. Generally, this could be an important day. Maybe these Wall Street and these hedge funds want a better looking balance sheet, so they could end up like pumping the markets a bit more, or even the opposite could happen. But as of right now, they're still favoring the upside. There's been some more talks about changes and big changes happening to Wall Street. There are other things going on with the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission that's suing Tesla due to particular things. And besides that, we have a new incoming CEO, Ryan Cohen, turning to CEO for GameStop. That's very, very good news for them. And the strikes are continuing from the UAW. Besides that, there's nothing else that's too major right now. There's been a lot of talk about a government shutdown, but we're going to find out more information about that over the weekend. So far, it's not really affecting the markets as much for today, so I'm not going to talk as much about that. And finally, we're going to be looking at this right here. Looking at some data, I just want to remind everyone we have a 1.61 put to call ratio and max pain for SPYs at 433. We are very close to that, and we're actually, about $1.50 below that. So we still have some more potential upside coming. With that said, now let's talk about the charts. How are things looking so far? So looking at the much larger time frames on the 4-hour time frame, we have a nice inverse head and shoulders that hasn't completed yet. This has the potential to bring SPY up, in my opinion, to 433, and I think that that's where it's going to pump to. It looks bullish so far, so when we open watch for maybe a little drop for them to grab some liquidity, then a pump even higher, and we should be seeing 433 very, very soon. So watch that very, very carefully. When I talk about a drop, I'm referring to just like a really quick liquidity grab that could last like a minute or so, and then they just start pumping this thing much more. And I do favor more upside. I think 433 is likely coming on SPY. For Tesla, this also looks bullish. We're at 250 already, very close to what I was predicting yesterday. Now we're going to be watching this 250 resistance. Can Tesla try to break above it? I believe Tesla will, and we're going to be testing 252 very soon. If that breaks 255 is on the table, I think Tesla has the potential to push up even higher. We're going to be watching this imbalance up here, very close to this 257 area if we break above 255. So watch 252, 255, and 257 as resistance. I believe Tesla is going to break above 252 very soon. I think there's more potential for that. As far as Aapl goes, Apple's turning bullish. It's plain and simple. We're hitting 172.5 as we expected yesterday. 174 is now on the table looking at the current trend. It looks more bullish on the 4-hour, and I do see more potential for it. With Aapl and Tesla potentially pumping, not to mention Nvda, there's a good amount of potential for the QQQ to pump even more. We're going to be watching this thing approaching 362.5. If that breaks, 364 is on the table. There's most definitely potential for that, in my honest opinion. For Nvda, like I told you yesterday, I was leaning more bullish. This thing is continuing to break out. I think it's getting very close to our target of 442, and I think Nvidia is going to meet that very, very soon. Looks bullish on the 4-hour chart, and I think that that's very possible and very probable. For Microsoft, I think that there's a good chance this thing is going to be pumping towards 319 very soon. This has a lot of upside potential. We have a very nice wick on the 4-hour. I think that there's potential upside coming for it. On the VIX, we're predicting this thing will see some downside, and as you can see, we're about to get a bearish cross on the PPO. This is going to likely come down not just to where it currently is, but the 16s should be coming soon. 16.67 should be tested. That, once again, is because of the market potentially pumping more. SPX looks bullish too. On the 4-hour chart, we're about to get a bullish crossover on the 4-hour. This could push this thing into the 43, 47 plus area, maybe even higher than that. It's most definitely possible. The dollar is sinking, which is bullish for the markets. We just broke below 106 support. So once again, everything so far has been favoring the bulls. Even the 10-year treasury yield is dropping a little bit more. If it continues on this trend, it's favoring the bulls. So the bulls look like they have a good opportunity for today. Market is continuing to favor the bulls. And last but not least, don't forget, max pain's at 433, and we have a lot of puts expiring. So the market makers may try to close this very close to max pain, if not higher. So I do believe there's more upside potential. I think that the PCE numbers have favored the bulls. So for now, that's what I'm predicting, guys. More potential upside. That's what the charts are looking like. This is not financial advice, but I just want to say I want the best for everyone. And I just want to say one more thing about what's going on for the next couple of weeks. So right now for the markets, we're in this cycle where, we're about to end the month of September, but, October is coming up. Could there be more downside in October? The answer is yes. If we end up getting bad earnings or something like that, the market could always slow down. There's a real possibility of that. But I just want to let you guys know that as of right now, that has not been the case. At least previously, earnings have been quite decent so far with good guidance. If you look at like Nvda, if you look at like Aapl and a couple of others out there, they've had like decent earnings. So we're going to be watching to see, can we continue with earnings that are quite good for the month of October. If that ends up being the case, if earnings are quite well, the market could continue to flourish. If not, if we get some bad earnings, really bad guidance, things could change for the markets. So just be open-minded, be prepared for that over the next couple of weeks. That's what's going to be happening for the month of October. And until that time comes, for now specifically, the market is looking more bullish and it's most definitely favoring the bulls quite a bit more. All right. So with that said, I just want to thank every single one of you so much for listening. I'll be back in a couple of hours for an intraday update video. And until I return, I just want to say I appreciate everyone out there. Please take care of yourselves and just get ready and do what you have to do. Thank you so much for listening. Market to the moon because the long term is still incredibly bright. And peace out.